It's not luck.
Are telling you, oh, I got lucky. I got lucky translates to I was a kid from a middle class contradiction I'm talking about. Somebody said that it's a lot of luck. And then in the same breath, they said they hired a team to help them. So it's not a lot of luck. It's that they had an advantage. It's not a lot of luck. It's that they had money to co opt other people's time, energy, and expertise. That's not.
So you see a popular social media influencer or YouTube channel creator doing exceptionally well within the first 6 months, 1 year, or less than that. And you're wondering, oh, why is my channel not blowing up? Why am I not getting subscribers? Why am I not getting the views? The truth is, a lot of those persons that you see blowing up this early had exceptional circumstances. They are the outliers within the algorithm. But you're sitting there wondering if you're doing something wrong. No, the truth is you are doing what you can and you are following a script. You just have to be consistent with it. Don't want to take my word from it? Listen to this 100 and something thousand channel subscriber guru share some very important information with you. And before you go and listen to him, be sure to check out my channel as well.
But yeah, another reminder is for those of you doing talking head videos, shoot process B-roll, shoot B-roll doing things, open the video with a lot of that B-roll up front of the process of doing things so people don't think, oh, they're just going to sit there and yap. Like, because the thing is, if you do enough of it and they give you a chance, they won't mind the yapping. A lot of people actually will love it and stay for it, as evidenced by those of you who sit here for 3 hours and watch me yap. So, I think that MA Couture Crafting says on average, how long does it take to reach 100K? About 5 to 7 years, if it ever happens, leaning much more toward the 7 than the 5. It could be 3 to 5 with short form, going hard on short form these days. So going hard on short form, 3 to 5 years, but going hard on short form means making roughly. So what going hard on short form looks like to get that to the gear in 3 to 5 years is also uploading 365 to 1,000 shorts a year to get that. And for long form, the 5 to 7 years is because that's how long it takes most people to make 500 to 1,000 videos, because on average it's about 700 videos if you do long form only to get 100,000. I did 800 videos. Mr. Beast had to do 460 videos just to get 10,000 subscribers, if that's any indication. So again, to get to 100,000 subscribers, I'm not joking. For most creators, if it's long form only, the reason it takes 5 to 7 years is that's how long it takes most people to make 500 to 1,000 videos. Making less than 100 videos and getting 100K is super rare. Most people can't even get monetized in their first 100 videos. To give you a clue on this, PewDiePie's first 100 videos only gave him 2,500 subscribers. Mr. Beast's first 100 videos only gave him about 800 subscribers. He couldn't even get monetized. It took him 2 years to get his first 1,000 subscribers. 2 years. 2 years. It took him more. It took him like 300 videos. It took him 460 videos to get to 10,000. Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, has 20 million subscribers now. It took him 100 videos to get 78 subscribers. Um, so yeah, it's usually most people can't even get monetized off of 100 videos. They can't even get monetized off of 100 videos, let alone get to 1,000 subscribers off of them. That's most people. So again, these viral YouTubers that you guys see that just grow fat, they're anomalies. They're anomalies. Like nobody does this. I'll give you an example. There are 115 million. We have this article, we have all this information over on awesomecreatoracademy.com. If you go to awesomecreatoracademy.com, it's not just where we sell the coaching and the products and the memberships and stuff like that. We also have some of the best articles for content creators over on Awesome Creator Academy. So if you just go to awesomecreatoracademy/blog, you'll see our articles. So we did a breakdown on how many channels have 100,000 subscribers in the world, how many YouTube channels there are in the world, how many channels have 1 million subscribers, how many have 10 million, all of that. And so the stats came back, and basically like something like 600,000 channels worldwide have silver play buttons or something like that. But there are 115 million channels in the entire world. So less than 1% of channels have a play button. Um, 3% roughly of channels are in the partner program, because it's, according to YouTube CEO Neil Mohan, it's like 3 million channels in the partner program. It's less than 4 million channels in the partner program. And there are 115 million channels worldwide, according to GMI statistics, which I believe is global media something. I think it's Global Media Insights. I want to say it's Global Media Insights. So it's like 115 million channels worldwide, and 3 million in the partner program, about 600,000 worldwide with play buttons. That's it. So on average, 5 to 7 years on long form to get to 100,000, 500 to 1,000 videos, roughly, depending on your niche and your category, your talent. The reason it's 5 to 7 years is it could take less depending on how you compress the videos. Like I said, for me, it was 3 years, but that's 3 years in uploading 800 videos. 800 videos. Mr. Beast, again, 460 videos to get to 10,000 subscribers. I know it's popular to say quality over quantity, quality over quantity. That's for anomalies. I hate to break it to you. It's mostly rich kids. It's mostly rich kids, or it's people who retired, sold a business, and then had money to start a YouTube channel. I know a YouTuber that blew up really fast on YouTube and went quality over quantity, made cinematic videos. What y'all don't know is that YouTuber sold their business as 7-figure exit, basically walked away with like $5 million, and got to spend 1 year making their first video, and it was a viral video that blew up their channel. But they had unlimited money and unlimited free time and resources to train themselves up and to put 100 hours in every video. And yeah, if I was a millionaire, if I was rich, if I had like 5 million in the bank, I could take off for a year to make one video and make it go viral too. I could go ahead and crank out videos and put 100 hours into every video, 200 hours in every video if I was a millionaire too. So that happens sometimes. I know a YouTuber, his wife was a successful real estate agent. She saw how much he hated his job. She was crushing it, making six figures. She fronted $30,000 and gave him 2 years to make his YouTube channel succeed, and he did it. And then she saw how much he loved it. She became a content creator, still just did real estate on the side, and then they both became content creators. She first pulled him out of his job and let him do his passion. Not everyone gets fortunate enough to do that and have someone invest in them like that. Another YouTuber was in med school, dropped out. Parents were really upset, but she explained her situation to them and how sad and depressed she was, and that there was only one thing that made her happy. It was content. She ended up, taking 2 years off. They said, all right, we're going to give you 2 years. If it doesn't, you go back to med school if you don't get 1 million subscribers. She got 1 million subscribers. Like, the people who get to blow up and do quality over quantity, a lot of them have a wildly different situation than most of us. They are not working class content creators. They don't have like a family with like 3 kids or something like that most of the time. They don't have to work 50 hours a week just to get by. Like, so for realistically, the reason it takes working class content creators 5 to 7 years to get to 100,000 subscribers is they're doing it on the scraps of energy after working 40, 50 hours a week and then still having to be an adult. The people who blow up fast are usually young. And if they're not young, they're already successful in some other way, or they have somebody to pour into them and to let them chase this and to give them 6 months or a year off or 2 years to do it. And that's the backstory. Whenever other people are telling you, oh, I got lucky translates to I was a kid from a middle class family in the suburbs who failure means working for mommy and daddy or mommy and daddy's friends, or oh my God, I have to go back to the suburbs to a $500,000 home, or I have to go back to college, like after taking a gap year. Like when people says, oh, YouTube is luck, it's not luck of the algorithm, it's luck of lifestyle most of the time that they get to try hard because their situation allows for it. Um, their so-called luck is that, oh, they were lucky they had the resources to do this and buy other people's time or buy coaching or do this other thing. So what the euphemism they're using for luck is that they have undisclosed advantages and privileges that you don't have. And it's not really luck, it's material science. It is they have a physical situation that is drastically better than yours or different than yours in a real tangible way. It wasn't serendipity or happenstance or the algorithm blessing them. It was that they had more time, more money, more energy because they weren't competing with 40, 50 hours a week of a day job in many cases. That's the harsh truth of it. So the people who get to do it fast is because they get to go full time first without needing the content to make any money. And again, a lot of them won't tell you that unless it's in an interview or a podcast when they've moved beyond caring about it. But the real backstory of successful YouTubers is often that. It's often that for the outliers that get to like a million fast or whatever, right? For the rest of us, it's a journey that's 5 to 7 years with no quit. And it's rough. And most people don't get to the thing that they're looking for from it because just life gets too hard to also endure the disappointment of not having videos perform the way that you would like. And so people are not consistent and they also don't put in the effort to improve because life is hard and then YouTube is hard. And a lot of people can't take that much. And it makes me really sad that that's true because I just wish that more people got to a place where they had the opportunity to try their heart out. But it's, if I'm being honest, a lot of people just don't get that opportunity in terms of the time freedom and the energy to really go after this. And it breaks my heart. But it also breaks my heart that some people just won't be honest about that's the biggest advantage in YouTube is having all of your time and all of your energy, even without a bunch of money. And again, I just wish people would be honest about that. My advantage with YouTube, I was a freelancer. Just like Maria teaches people how to be I was a freelancer. So I left the 9 to 5 job to do freelancing, not necessarily to do YouTube. I got the opportunity to do YouTube because as a freelancer, I could control my time and my energy and my priorities. That was my single greatest advantage is that as a freelancer, I could wake up as early or stay up as late as I wanted or needed to, and I could work on what I want. And sometimes, oh, hey, I sent the client workout. Oh, great. They're not going to get back to me for a day or two while they're reviewing the project. Oh, great. I can make some content right now. Boom. That was my situation. I was a freelancer. I was in control of my time, control of my energy, control of my priorities. So it made doing content and making multiple videos and batching them and editing them and being a week ahead on content, it made it easier. Yeah, see, I feel like this is exactly the contradiction I'm talking about. Somebody said that it's a lot of luck, and then in the same breath, they said they hired a team to help them. So it's not a lot of luck. It's that they had an advantage. It's not a lot of luck. It's that they had money to co opt other people's time, energy, and expertise. That's not luck. That's having more money than someone else. That's not luck. That's a physical thing. So I hate this contradiction of luck. And I know people think it's immodest or humble or it means you think you control the universe like a god, but no, no, no. The reason I discount luck is because I don't think that regular people are generally in their life able to say they're the beneficiaries of luck. What they have is they have real circumstances in front of them that they can say are real for them. They have real struggles they can say they're in front of them, or they have real advantages that they know would make a difference. So I wish people would stop saying luck and just tell you what their resources are. I wish people would stop telling you that it's luck and tell you who helped them. Stop saying it's luck and tell us what your resources are. Stop telling us it's luck and tell us who mentored you. Stop telling us it's luck and tell us what your unfair advantage actually is. I think luck is a lazy way of not disclosing that you're a beneficiary of nepotism or a beneficiary of resources or that you are a beneficiary of favorable circumstances that you may have worked for or that other people may have worked for. Like, I think if you just laid out what your situation is and stop the luck nonsense, I think people would be better off if creators were honest and instead of saying, oh, it requires a lot of luck, tell us what your resources are. Imagine a teacher telling you something is luck instead of telling you what chapters you need, what books you need. Imagine a teacher telling you that life success is luck instead of telling you what scholarships and grants you qualify for based on your circumstances. Imagine that. Imagine a guidance counselor telling you that life is luck instead of telling you here is the school that most benefits someone in your situation in the tri-state area, and this is the right school for you for the thing that you want to do in life, or hey, this is the situation that you have and you need to get out of your neighborhood and your house. Here's the fastest track for you to be able to qualify to get into a good school. Imagine them telling you, oh no, you got to be lucky, instead of telling you what your ACT score needs to be, what your SAT score needs to be, and here are the most favorable scholarships and grants for you that you qualify for the most. See, that's what bothers me is I hate and I don't talk about luck and I give no credit to it because what I would prefer to do is ask you about what your situation is and then try to map a resource that matters and applies to your specific and unique circumstance instead of worrying about luck. I would rather tell you what circumstance your maps to the resource that you need. What your circumstance is, let's ask you the question. Where are you at? What's your situation? How much hours of availability do you have? How much spare money and time do you have? What's your energy like? What's your schedule like? Do you have kids? Do you not? Are you in a relationship? Are you single? Where's your geography? It's important because it makes it able to say, well, here's in your situation what the optimal amount of content and effort is for you to not burn out. Here is what is the most affordable thing for you to be able to do. Here is for your genre of content what the standards are and what would make you competitive. Or here's a wedge issue in your community that you can take advantage of. Or here's what's getting momentum in your community right now. I got something on me from when I was cleaning earlier. I was cleaning earlier and I got all this debris on me. But yeah, just figure out how to tie people to the actual resources that their situation demands to get a successful outcome and show them examples of the standard required to compete at the right level for what they're trying to accomplish and be realistic with them and break down the process for those outcomes and what it typically looks like for someone like them specifically and uniquely, because it does exist. It does exist. So find that. I think telling people to be lucky is lazy and it's the most terrible advice. If a guidance counselor did that, they should be fired. So I don't like when someone claims to give advice and they introduce this idea of luck. Disclose what the resources need to be, disclose what the standards are, disclose what the best practices are, disclose what the realistic expectations are, disclose what the 10 most common mistakes.
Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I hope that you were inspired to continue making content. Whether it is you are in financial expertise, music, tech reviews, reaction videos, comedy, religion, etc. If you're just starting, just go there and keep consistently at it and take the advice that is given to you by other content creators who have your best interest at heart, and you will get to the place that you want to be in due time, but you have to keep consistent.